gente? It's your girl, Nina Montañez.
Hey, yo, what it do? It's your boy, Rue, and I'm coming for you. And this is...
Sofrito Speaks.
Hey, y'all, could it be that we're back?
We are back, mi gente.
We back.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all living? How y'all feeling?
Yes, welcome, damas y caballeros. Welcome back to Sofrito Speaks. We fell off the face of the earth.
We did, for sure. We've been through some things.
There was tumbleweeds in our DMs.
There was life happening, though. Tumbleweeds in the DMs, but life was happening.
So many things have changed for us. As you can see, we're in a new setting. Yes. As you can actually see now.
Ooh, I'm sorry. We could do what?
You can
see now.
We are, hopefully, if all technology is working, then you are watching this on YouTube.
But now I see Sofrito Speaks.
Okay.
Hey.
We're going to head into our first section. Y'all already know how we like to do it. This is El Chisme, the part of the show where we let you guys know what had us fucked up. And this one, I want to do it a little bit more in depth, and I want to cover the past 3 months. How have you motherfucking been?
I have been phenomenal. I'm not even going to hold you. Had some bullshit go on in the dating life, but it's like whatever. You know, you live and you learn. But I am, when we left off, I don't have a full-time job. I still don't have a full-time job.
Life.
And I'm not mad about it because what was happening was I felt like everyone else was expecting me to get a full-time job. Like, all right, Nina, you had X amount of time off. When are you going to get a full-time job? When are you going to get back on it? When are you going to get back on it? And it's like, I don't want to ever get back on it. I'm not even going to hold you guys. Like, I genuinely am super content with where I'm at. I paid off my fucking car. I still have my savings.
Oh, you did?
Like, yeah, I paid off my car.
Come through,
I still have my
queen.
savings. I'm still working. Like, I work my part-time job, but I'm still my head is still above water. I'm not sinking. I'm good.
I wish I could say I relate. I'm still listening to the finances episode.
Literally, you stupid. What a throwback. I'm good. Like, I don't need a full-time job for any type of fulfillment. I don't need everybody could use a surplus of money. I would be lying if I said that I don't need money. I need money for the basic necessities. My bills are all paid. I have not been backtracked on anything. I have not had a full-time job since January of this year. And I have not missed a payment. I've gone on 3 separate trips. I'm good. Like,
come through trips.
I'm good, bro. Like, life is good. Like, I'm super content with where I'm at. I'm super at peace with a lot of things. Again, a lot of life has happened since we last aired. I don't even
July
remember.
13th.
July 13th.
Also, fun fact, the last episode that aired in July 13th was with Peter, the psychic medium.
That's right.
I don't know if psychic medium is correct. I could be wrong. But that is our highest played episode with a total of 230 plays per that one episode.
I would like to thank my TikTok fans.
By the way, she's viral on TikTok.
Baby! I did hit 100K followers on TikTok.
Somebody had to do it.
It's interesting. It's super interesting. I get paid for TikTok now. That's fun.
That's awesome.
I'm still trying. It's not a lot, but
it's something.
Right. It's just another source of income. I dropped my first merch line.
Yeah.
I like to thank Ruben for that because he was like, "Mamas, you gotta use what you got. Like,
right.
You
gotta use your resources.
Use your resources." So I created my own logo, designed it myself, threw it on a fucking shirt.
And I love that you did that because on the back end of that, the minute you told me about the idea, I went home and I was like, all right, let me try to figure something out. And I was like trying to like draft up a logo idea. And then the next day she hit me with what she came up with. And I was like, she figured it out. She did this.
Yeah,
like,
so I be acting like I can't draw.
She's doing great, sweetie.
And, right, you're doing great, sweetie. sweetie. But I was sitting at work one day and I was like, yo, how am I actually utilizing my time? How am I actually putting forth and flexing my creative abilities? I can draw. I can't do a mural, but I sat there and I was like, all right, Nina, what do you see for your logo? And I just started drawing and I just kept, there was like, I sent you different versions from what it started to what it ended up becoming. It was like within 20 minutes. I just had to sit there, focus on it. This is what I'm going to do right now. I'm not focusing on anything else. And then it was having to create it on something. I think I used Canva. Having to learn to use those tools to actually put everything together and piece it together, and layer it in a way that it looks the way I want. So the colors, the formatting.
I have a smile on my face because I'm like, you know how long I've been telling Nina to get the graphic design game up, and then she came up with them logos, and I was like, okay, so my sis does know what she's doing.
Oh, so she ain't. Oh, okay. So she's been paying attention.
So let me hand her the drive, and here you go. Next season 5 is all on you.
You got it, sis. But yeah, and then I just been using. I have marketing, branding. Whenever I go live on TikTok, I average now between 200 people in a live. So I will wear a Sofrito Speaks t-shirt on purpose, and because people will literally be like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, it's my podcast. You guys want to hear me speak more than
there's
just
a lot
on
more.
Live? There's 5 fucking seasons of
4
it.
right now.
4
This
right
is
now.
season 5.
We're on season 5. And we just need to get our website back up, and because
I don't think the website's coming back up. Let me tell you something about this motherfucking web. Actually, I'm not about to spill the tea about the website because, just legally it'll be better if we just keep it between us.
Word. So we have they've been asking us about merch. So I don't know. There's a lot of conversation Ruben and I have to have. We might just move the Sofrito line onto the Mi Gente line, which is my line, so that people can buy Sofrito shit.
The merch is there, y'all.
Yeah,
if you click the link in our Instagram bio, we have a store. It's fully up and running. Yeah. We're just working on new designs, which I've already created. Like Nina's just been saying, like, we haven't really had a chance to sit down and just plan do this.
Life has been lifing.
Yeah.
Life has been doing
Life has been lifing. I love that. We need a shirt for that.
Yeah.
Life has been lifing.
Life's a little bitch, but it's all right. We good. Everybody can be a little bitch sometimes. But I mean, honestly, like, blessed and highly fucking favored to get flavored. Favored.
Oh, flavored too.
You want a little sofrito packet? That's sonando. Yeah, I think that's it. And then I just got another job, another cute little part-time.
She just got a job.
Get into it, yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I've just been super hyped to get back. We've literally been like, yo, so we doing this podcast thing or not?
Right.
The amount of times Ruben has fucking texted me to be like, sis.
So we're going to do this?
So are we doing this?
So is this going to happen?
Or are we retiring it? And I was like, there's no fucking way. We are just hitting our stride. There's no way. I'm telling y'all, like, we were on hiatus for the last few months, but our Instagram kept growing. It's still growing. Every time I get new followers on Instagram, Sofrito Speaks gets new followers. And it's just through connections, like me telling people, oh, go follow Sofrito Speaks so you can stay up to date on all our latest content, stuff like that. So I'm super fucking pumped. I was banned from live on TikTok or whatever. Ooh. So I'll be back on Monday and I can let everybody know season 5. Yeah, oh, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, there was some person in my live that kept asking a question and I wasn't paying attention to them. And I'm assuming they were like upset and they reported me.
Bitch.
And TikTok is like super annoying for the simple fact that like it was like the reason for reporting me was like hateful speech or hateful behavior. And I'm like, y'all, I was dead ass sitting in front of the camera and having a conversation with one of my homeboys, and we were trying to remember a dance hall song from like fucking 2007. That's literally for 20 minutes. That's what people were watching. Us being like, it goes that's all they were watching. And the fact that somebody reported that shit as hateful behavior and then TikTok honored it and was like, yeah, you're violating our community guidelines. Bro, but like people can talk to you, wow, disrespectful.
Where do they do that at?
On TikTok. Like, it's whatever. TikTok is a beast. TikTok is a beast.
It's a powerhouse.
It is. It is absolutely a powerhouse. But I mean, listen, guys. I had 2 curly hair companies reach out to me and send me free products.
That's so exciting.
And my favorite one, Bounce Girl, reached out and sent me like $150 worth of product and was like, we want to send you some stuff.
What I told you from the jump, baby.
Baby. Literally.
I
And
told
then
you
I
it was
just
gonna
had another
come.
one reach out to me 2 days ago. So I'm going to be working with them as well. And they want to add me to their PR list. So life is happening in terms of social media and Nina. So
And networking and marketing.
and we are trying to get Sofrito on the bandwagon because we need it to pop off. Because our content, pero like, hit us up.
Mi cultura, hit us up.
Me too, hit us up. Because what? Where else are you going to get all this?
Period.
Anyways, what about you, boo?
Okay. So, the past 3 months, I started working. I've been working 3 jobs. The third job being per diem. I work back at the hotel. I think when we finished, I was already on the process of doing that. And I got a new job, so now I work locally, which has made my life so much more like easier to like navigate around and just like do my thing. I haven't done anything creatively, and I love it. I took a break. I was doing my own podcast for a little while, which it was just like more interviewing artists and just like getting in the scene of that.
Reality, baby, follow.
And then I got like not tired of it, but I definitely got burnt out. And I definitely had a feeling of just like, I don't want to do anything anymore. I don't want to do podcasts. I don't want to do videos. I just want to figure out my next step and start making plans to like do that. And also like life has been happening. Bills have been needing to be paid. Like, like things have been needing to happen. Although I will say the past, maybe this summer since the beginning of the summer is the most that I've partied.
Oh, you partied all.
I'm a partier. I know
month.
everybody gets on me about it, but I'm a partier. Like, what the fuck? I'll always be a partier.
That's it. There's really
I like to go out. I
it.
like to have a good time, but it depends. Sometimes I'm not really in the mood to do any of that. I just want to stay home and relax. I also started working with my trainer. I started working with my trainer again. Shout out Lewis. Last week was
I saw him in the gym today.
Yeah, he goes to the gym on Sundays. Yeah,
I saw him. I was like, hey, what up?
So we started working again because I want to like slim down a little bit more, get a little bit more tone. The goal is for the New Year's, like just really be on some good shit.
Snatched, baby.
Right.
Snatched.
For next summer, get that OnlyFans popping or whatever.
Oh, just God, I cannot.
But other than that, life has been going A-okay. I really have no complaints. I have my good days, my bad days, but the good outweighs the bad. So
that part.
I ain't mad at it, honey. I ain't mad at it. In case you haven't noticed, we are not in our studio anymore. Let's talk a little bit about that, Chisme.
It's good, baby. It's good. So it was like dumb as shit. So we were approaching our last month. We knew we were in our last month. And so we reached out to the office like, hey, are we re-signing a lease? Like, what does that look like? Whatever, what have you. So one day I'm in the studio and I'm like, you know what? I'm here. Let me just go pop in, figure that shit out. Because we knew that the rent was also going to go up, which why is rent going up every 6 months? That's literally robbing people. Yeah. So with like no added amenities, same shit.
Right. You get the same shit. You just get like $40 extra on your rent.
But that shit adds up.
$40 adds up.
That shit adds up, especially with these new gas prices, baby.
Oh my.
Listen.
Honey, $23 to fill up half my tank. A Honda.
Bitch.
When I saw that, I was like,
wait.
I'm going to stay home.
Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere anymore. We good. Unless it's like crucial, I'm not going. So I went in or whatever. They were like, oh, well, we need you to sign a lease. And we were like, oh, okay. So I'm like, Ruben, do we want to do this?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, ask them this, and this. All right, cool. And they were like, well, we're only doing year leases now. So before we were like, oh, 6 months, that's fine. Because again, we don't know where we're going to be in 6 months.
They changed it to a year. There was no communication sent out.
Right. There was nothing sent out. So I'm checking Sofrito Speaks email. He's checking the email. We're like, yo, did we receive anything? Like, we didn't even get our security deposit back because we had to give them a 30-day notice that we weren't going to renew.
We did.
However, we just bounced. We did it literally. We're like, this is going to be
money,
keep your money. This is our last month. We're moving all of our shit out. We were out by the end of the month. And we've been looking for another place. But again, I am not working a full-time job anymore. So I had to be strategic about what I'm spending my money on. And until I get another job, which I just did. So now we're going to revisit that once I start saving my money again. Exploring the idea of getting a studio. But until
I think more in depth, like I think the intention of having the studio was mainly because we wanted to obviously have our own space. But I think as time went on, we both realized like, yo,
we're not really here.
We're not really
often.
ever here. We don't have schedules to be like, yeah, let's spend 8 hours at the studio. Like our schedules are like work, 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 up until after COVID. And then, you obviously there was that financial aspect.
Yeah.
And also for me, because even though I had the 2 jobs, like I pay dumb load of money on my fucking car and like all of this. I'm a new driver, so they hike those prices right up. And I think that's when we came to the decision that we were just like, we're gonna let the studio go. I also didn't like the professionalism from the renting company. I felt like it was super rude. There was no communication whatsoever about renewing anything. So I was like, yeah, I'm okay with letting it go. And we basically dipped, and we've been looking.
Yeah.
And shout out to Molly for letting us use the space. And that's where we'll be for the next few episodes. Who knows where life is going to take us in the next few months. So, yeah. But anyways, let's wrap this chisme up and head over to our next section, which is
Aye Bendito. It's been so long. We have to confirm with each other what our fucking segments are. But anyways, we are at Aye Bendito, and this is the part of the show where we are going to talk to you about any local, any social, big media headlines, little media headlines, things that stuck out to us that are going on. And baby, it has been a long time. So we got some things to get off our chest and things we want to talk about. So
I'm walking into this blind. I didn't do no prep today like I usually do, but the first thing that comes to mind is this whole Travis Scott Astroworld.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you go first. How do you feel about it?
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm gonna get so canceled on episode 1 right now.
I'm going to let you guys in on a personal journey. I am on a spiritual journey. I do want to walk in Christ. And so I'm viewing that incident from a different lens. I don't think that some of the theories are too far-fetched in terms of, when we talk about like the graphics of like, see you on the other side, it being...
There's actually a clip that they're saying that there was like a demon of some sorts walking at the top of.
Right. So like all these very spirit, like the same thing they said about Kanye West's Donda listening party. Like it was like a seance. And if you don't know what a seance is basically like trying to get in touch with somebody on the other side, which is, his mother. And there was a lot of Christian talk around that.
Where my Christians talk.
Right. So
Bible's verses and
wow.
Bible's verses and God. Where my Christians talk.
Okay, so we're gonna do a Christian remix. We're not. Don't let me get canceled by the Christians, bro. I'm trying to get good with them. But anyways, so I don't think that it is too far-fetched to believe that there is a bigger something that had taken place that night. That's where I'm viewing it. That's how I viewed it. And I was like, I don't really care to dive into too much about it or look too far into it.
Yeah.
Because I just think it's very dark and it's just not up my alley. So go ahead.
I think for me, a lot of the issue that I'm finding is that a lot of people are saying that it was his responsibility for all of these things. Right. I think we need to take, and this is what I said since the beginning, is like, well, I'm pretty sure Travis Scott did not plan for what had happened that day to actually happen, of course. Could he have said something earlier? Yes. But coming from a performer's aspect, when you are on stage, the show must go on, period. That's what you're taught. That's what it needs to be. You're there to do a job. Do your job. Now, the video of the cameraman with the people saying, stop. Yeah. That man has to, basically it's the same premise. Like, the show must go on. You have to wait to be told, stop filming. You guys got to understand, like,
it's giving, that clip literally gave, if it's not in my job description,
and it's like, because the thing is that, like, if that cameraman had stopped recording prior to being told, one, that is his, job to be taken away. And then two, like, you could have fucked up thousands of dollars that was invested into that night. Now, is it fucked up what happened? Absolutely. I definitely think it is fucked up. But I think we need to take a look at the people who trampled over these people. I think we need to look at the security a little bit more. I think we need to, it was just automatic Travis Scott. And it was like, okay, it was his event, but why are we not talking about everyone else? Why are we not looking at that video?
I mean, I guess it's been said that, like, his festivals or his concerts or whatever have literally been known to provoke mayhem. Like, that's happens.
That's like his whole premise. And it's like, if you go to these shows, that's what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, and then, like, to see, what really hurt me is, like, to see young kids there. And my initial thought was, okay, well, where are your parents? Because I grew up in a household where it was like, if I was to ever ask to go something like that, first of all, my mom's going to say no, because she's like, we ain't doing all that.
Right.
You could watch it on TV.
Right.
Second of all, if it was for her to come with me, if it was for me to go to the show, she would definitely be right there with me, watching everything that's happening. You're letting a 10-year-old go to an adult concert where you don't even know the artist. You don't know that that's how Travis Scott shows are. You're letting them go. So it's like, and I'm not trying to blame anyone. I'm not trying to, like, do all of that. But those were the things that stuck out to me in the beginning. And I was like, okay, now I have a better understanding and I have a little bit more compassion. But I was just, like, really thrown off. And I was like, why aren't we looking at that video and, like, picking these individuals who, even though the fence fell over, even though they saw someone on the ground, they still trampled over this person to run for clout. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we not looking for those individuals? Those are the ones who need to be held responsible, because you, as a human being, you saw someone on the floor, and instead of being compassionate and helping them out, you just ran right over them, and you were like, people were smiling. People were getting a kick out of it. Like, oh my God, it was a thrill to them, the adrenaline.
Yeah.
And look at where we are. And then throughout the show, I guess there was, like, hundreds of people like passing out. I saw a video of, like, how it was in the audience. This is why I don't go to concerts. Like, I don't do this. This is not my life. This is not what I do. If I'm not performing, I don't want to be there. I'm good. Like, valid. Because the way that y'all be squished in an audience to see someone on stage after you've paid what you've paid.
Right.
It's that for me. No, it's like, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. They were like, there was one where there was somebody on top of him, somebody was behind him, and they were, like, in a sandwich. And this guy is still trying to enjoy the music. Mind you, he's bent like this. And they're packed there like sardines. And I was just like,
that's wild to me. Like, what the fuck?
For Travis Scott?
I'm not going to hold you. I'm not even going to hold you. I was talking to my boys about it. I was like, dog, I didn't even know who this man was until he started dating one of the Jenners.
And then now on TikTok, like, everyone's pulling up all these artists who, are, like, not trying to get Travis Scott type of deal. Like, Tiana Taylor's been doing a good job.
Tiana Taylor said she was like, we ain't doing that. Yeah. And Cat Williams was like,
And I definitely agree. I definitely will say that I agree with everyone that, yes, the artist has the ability to see the audience, and you can see. You can see. And they showed Travis Scott's view. At first, I was like, don't, whatever, but I was like, maybe he didn't see it, because sometimes when you're on stage, those lights, you don't see anything in that audience. Right. You're just, like, seeing a black room, because that's the way that light works. And then they showed his view, and I was like, well, first of all, it was daytime, somewhat like evening time. Second of all, you can clearly see this audience. So I was like, okay, now I see where he dropped the ball. So I feel like we need to look at it from all aspects.
Yeah.
What else?
Britney Spears is officially out of her conservatorship.
Yeah.
That's exciting for her, though. Like, she literally gets to live her life. And, like, it just really goes to show you, like, when people come together as a collective for a cause, the impact and the change that you can actually have.
I think it's pretty, like I saw a TikTok video like explaining the top 10 things that she can now do. Mm-hmm. And they were all basic human rights. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
She can drive freely. She can have friends over. I was like, holy shit.
The fucking party that she should
can
be throwing.
get pregnant. She can decide who she wants to be her doctor. We're talking about a millionaire, a multimillionaire at that. Like, this is the life she's been living. And we're all here like, yeah, just give us more music. Just give us more music. And this is what she's been going through behind the scenes. Right. And I'm like, that's pretty sad, man.
Right. So that was exciting. I'm not gonna hold you guys. I'm not even a Britney fan like that, but just to know like this
freedom,
she is now free, and the fact that it was her own fucking family that had her in that. It be your own people. It be your own people. Me gente. We trying to tell y'all. Be trying to tell y'all. What's another thing? Oh, Ruben and I went to go see Smart, Funny, and Black. Amanda Seales' show. It was
such a good
funny
show.
As shit because it's approaching, and I'm looking it up because I have to send him the ticket, and I'm like, bro, I have 3 tickets. How the fuck do I have 3 tickets to this show? I even forgot I had 1. And I ended up being like, yo, here, you take a friend, I'll take a friend. So we 4 of us ended up going to the show. We did have to get COVID tested, and you had to produce either your vaccine card or a negative test. I was able to produce a negative test. It was mad funny because I did a at-home test. I went and I bought the at-home one. And the dude that was like checking it was like, I guess. I was like, yo, y'all need to tighten security around this bitch, because this man was like, yo, what? And I was like, listen, it's an at-home test. It literally said, I read all the terms and agreements that in order to enter this thing, this is what it said. This is how I did it. I like put my ID near my results, showed them what it was. I even recorded myself administering the test to myself because I was gonna see Amanda Seales. Like,
that day was just such a busy ass day. Yeah. We were supposed to go out after, and I was like,
Ruben went from meet us here, so we're at the corner looking like a cheap ass hoe,
right.
And he was then, like, actually never mind. And I'm like, this bitch.
I got to my car and I was like, you know what, I'm fucking tired. I woke up early, got a haircut, I did the girls photo shoot, I went to a show to perform, then I went to the Amanda Seales. By the time that Amanda Seales was done, I'm like, I just want my bed, my peace and quiet, my bed.
I was actually hyped that he said that, because I was like, yo, that ass, and I have to work tomorrow, so like, I'm good. I'm going home. But it was such
the show was dope.
It was so fun. And it's just like, it was just one of those things where you would like, I was like, I never realized like how in touch I was with like the Black culture, like things that I never really even thought about. That I was like, I know exactly what they're talking about. I know I can laugh at the jokes. I can all of that. And I was just like, yo, like, I never realized like how like immersed in it I actually was. Then I started thinking about like my friends, my friend group and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, like I'm going to my homeboy. We're having a road trip for Thanksgiving. I'm not even gonna be with my family. I'm gonna go hang out with him and his family, and I'm gonna have me a regular old like traditional regular Black Thanksgiving. And I'm super fucking hyped about it. Like I texted my boy. I was like, yo, bro, real quick, what's on the menu? Because my menu looks different from your menu. So like, let me know. He was like, Thanksgiving food.
Them collard greens,
I was like, listen,
cornbread.
I really. He's like, is there anything specific you want? I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. I want fried catfish. I really want it. So I'm super hyped. The show was amazing. Amanda Seales is fucking hilarious. Like, she is really an artist in her craft. And especially in like laying the groundwork and letting everybody know like how it's gonna go.
Right now we're over there, sideline.
So I mean, it's just one of those things. It was great. It was a good show.
All right. Anything else you want to bring up?
Jeannie Mai's pregnant.
No, we ain't talking about that.
Yo.
I mean, I guess I haven't been watching The Real. I'm not gonna lie.
Once Tamara left, I was like, all right, I'm done. Yeah. Pretty much.
I was like, they're on a slippery slope right now. I did catch up with my girl Adrienne, aka I was stalking her Instagram.
I'm waiting for her to announce that she's pregnant. Good. What do you mean? She's trying to lose weight again? She looks great though.
She does look great. Yeah. I was like, yo.
I'm like, you back on this journey again, sis? Damn, what's going on? But
Not the
I
same
am
journey
obsessed.
5 times.
I'm not gonna hold you. I am obsessed with her husband SofritoSpeaks album. I remember you had said that you had ordered it, but you don't listen to it. And then I was like, matter of fact,
No, I sometimes I put it
to
on.
and I'm
Sometimes
like,
I put it on.
listen, what
Because that song that he did with her,
secrets or you want me to sing it? Because I'm like,
I
which
don't
one is it? He has 2 with her on the album.
I like Secrets.
I'm a fan of Secrets. It's the first song on
They have a slow song though.
Yeah, they're both slow. And then the other one.
Right
Damn,
now,
what the
maybe.
fuck is the other one? It's not Home. No, it's not Home. Or Feels Like Home. It feels like home.
What's his name?
SofritoSpeaks.
Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hij. Here we go. SofritoSpeaks. Okay. Secrets, and then he has I'm With You.
There we go.
That one, I love that song. I love that song. That's such a cute song.
It is.
I'm gonna listen to it on the way home.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. Let's wrap this up and head over to our first break.
Caldero Talk. All right, mi gente. So now we are at Caldero Talk. And this is the part of the show. We're going to give it to you, serve it to you nice and raw or whatever. Sazonando all of our cultural differences on your abuela's favorite China, baby. Let's go. So today's topics, given us catching up and stuff, we're just going to dive into dating with a purpose and not introducing me to a vibe you can't maintain. Because it's not giving.
It ain't giving what it said it was gonna give, sis.
You know what I'm saying? I read the fine print and it was a lie. What are we doing? At the beginning we had both talked about, we lived some life throughout the summer. And I briefly touched upon that we've dated. And it just, again, it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. So, diving into, dating with a purpose. When you date with a purpose, you're dating with a goal in mind. And I think right now, with the hookup culture that we're in, and it's so prevalent in just getting yours and, do you, and that's fine. I'm all for sexual liberation. Do what you got to do. However, there are some of us that are dating with a purpose. Some of us that want to date, to make it to the altar.
I think there is some of us who want to date with a purpose, and I think there's some of us who think we want to date with a purpose, and that's where it sounds
great, and I think those are the people we're finding. Yeah. So we are dating with a purpose. We're finding people who think they are dating with a purpose, who think they want to be in a relationship. Until you meet motherfuckers who got their shit together mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And then it's like, oh shit, wait a minute. I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying?
Pump the brakes.
Yeah, wait. I want to get off. Let me off. Whoa. So I feel that is precisely what we are finding, because you can sit there and say, well, what questions are you asking in the beginning? And then if I've even been the person that said oh, I'm just looking to casually date. You can choose to take it or leave it.
I think it also just the questioning and all of this, I'm tired of asking questions. If you hit me up on some, what's your favorite color? I'm like, what are we doing? I'm tired of it.
It doesn't matter.
I started dating. I started dating back in June.
He's jaded from dating.
It was the first time I'd been dating since 2017 type deal.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I want to get back in the pool. I want to I want to find a relationship. I think I'm ready to handle it now. I think I'm ready to move in this direction in my life. So let me put the effort forward. Obviously, I do a lot of online dating because that's just the way my life works, which I don't shame anyone. I know that some great success stories off of online dating, actually. Mm-hmm. And I've been meeting people here and there. Usually we'll go on a date or we'll do something. Some of them have really hit off. Some of them have been great. Yeah. And then, others have been falling off the face of the earth. And you're just okay, well, what are we doing?
It's mi gente. It's the circling the block for me. You fall off and then you circle back. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I can't stress it enough. you know, if you want to remain friends with someone, you can remain friends with someone,
And
but you
that's
cannot
fine.
have your cake and eat it too.
Here's
It doesn't
the thing.
work.
Here's the thing about that. I'm cool with remaining friends, okay? But at any point you start to deviate back into where it was.
Period.
Now I need you to clarify, because don't look at me wild when I say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Right.
Don't act like I'm tripping when I say, I'm sorry. You've reached relationship level requests.
Right.
But we're in a
That
friendship
part.
zone.
That part.
So what are we doing, my guy? Like, I'm not understanding. And then not only that, can we please fucking get rid of the whole the cop out of I still want to be friends? If you do not mean that, I don't need you to spare my feelings and saying that I just want to be friends. You don't have to spare my feelings. It just
so
sounds
I'm on
nicer.
the other side of that. I'm on the other side of that because that's my excuse. I'm just always like, but for me, I do it because I don't want to explain to you why it's not going to work out. Mm-hmm. Some of the reasons are pretty shallow on my end, but those are things that I have to fix within myself. Sometimes it's really just not the person. Sometimes it's just certain actions that you did that I'm just like, well, that's a red flag. Or, you know, saying something like I had somebody, you know, say to me one time, like, they need me. And I was like, what? What? I was so taken back by that because I was like, for you to need someone, I feel like you have to know the definition that they bring into your life. And like, if I tell Nina, like, yo, I need you right now, I know that I'm reaching out to someone that's going to be like, drop everything, boom, right there.
Right.
You know, and it's like, for you to say that to someone, especially when you're just dating, I've just felt like, whoa, this is a red flag. This means that the stability is not fully there mentally and emotionally. And I kind of just need to take a step back and be like, well, listen, I don't think it's going to work out. It's more of a me. You know, that's always my line. If you listening and you listen, if I hit you with
it's me.
Because I just don't want to go into it. And I know people say, well, you should let them know so that they can work on it.
Here's the thing: is that
I'm not here to be a teacher.
I'm not
here to put you
for, you know, choosing yourself. I think that not enough of us do that.
Always.
Now, if you're going to choose yourself and there is another person involved because there are feelings that have been exchanged, a conversation needs to be had. It's 2021 and we're still ghosting motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, I definitely don't ghost.
But in the same breath, it's like for me, in my experience, I'm so over men claiming to be men in the situation, but not doing shit that men should do, as in have a fucking conversation. And it shouldn't be like pulling teeth.
I guess in your world, because there's toxic masculinity all around. In all of the worlds, all of the letters have toxic masculinity. But I will say that with straight men, I do see them where they go wrong. And I'm just like, bro, you know, and I always tell my girls, like, you got to remember, like, these are men who are not even facing their own shit. And they're coming to the table asking to eat and expecting you to serve it. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Buy the groceries, cut the vegetables up, help me cook, and we can eat together. But you coming up in here with this old school mentality of like, feed me. I don't want to do nothing. I just want you to feed me. And it's like, it doesn't work like that. And that's that toxic masculinity that like I see all around. And I just feel so bad for us men because I really be trying to ride for us, but y'all just be on some stupid shit.
Yo,
like, y'all
what are you saying? And my thing, and honestly, like,
read a book,
I'm not even gonna say women are any better. I'm not, because I know some toxic fucking women who have fucked up some really good men. You're fucking I am not. Listen, I would love to have a conversation. I thrive off of creating a safe space. I need you to want to talk to me, because it's, again, that whole like be his piece. It's like, okay, I need you to know that you can talk to me if there is an issue. I want to be the place that you want.
Right.
I want to be the chest that you want to lay your head on at night and just decompress and just know that you're safe with. I want to be that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
if you're going to be in a relationship and you can't even do the basic, this is the way I see it. Like, if I'm dating you and you simply just can't communicate, I don't want to date you.
It's not going to work.
Why am I going to keep moving forward with you when you can't communicate? Talking about I was busy.
Talking
about I was busy. Bitch, I work 3 motherfucking jobs. I run a dance company. What else do? I party fucking 3 or 4 nights a week. I fucking run 2 podcasts. Bitch, I'm booked and blessed, and I still have time to say good morning.
Whoop.
Did you eat today? Are you hungry?
Let me know when you get home.
Let me know when you get home.
Like, it's
2 a.m. Oh, I forgot to text you. How you forgot to how are you dating with purpose, with intention to be in a relationship with someone, but you forgot that person and you forgot to text when you get
Oh, but my favorite is that you could be present on social media though.
It's just the social media aspect of it for me.
That shit fucks me up because the same way that you open the app to then open Instagram to then open see the text. Your story then post some
ASMR.
shit.
ASMR. The text is there, babes. The text is there.
The same way you can open the texts and just say, hey, today's going to be a busy day. When I have some time, I'll hit you back. I'll hit you up.
I literally told someone, listen, I'm heading into my shift. I'm not having a great day. I'm not in the best mood, so I'm just going to hit you up in a few hours. Didn't listen. Hit me up 20 minutes later talking about what are you doing. It's the never-ending what are you doing. It's the comprehension skills for me. It's the never-ending what are you doing for me. Like,
what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
I don't
doing?
Have time
I'm an adult.
To explain to you what am I doing. And I hate that question, number one. Number two, like, what are you doing after I just told you?
What am I about to do? What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
I'm walking to an 8-hour shift. I'm in a bitchy ass mood. Leave me alone. 20 minutes later, what are you doing? Bitch, what I'm about to do is knock you the fuck out. That was my response. I'm just kidding.
What I'm about to do is ignore this text.
I left it on red. Yeah. Yep. I was like, we're not doing that. That's not happening. I think there's a lot of aspects when it comes to dating, and there's certain things, like I literally told one of my girlfriends the other day, like, if he doesn't text me good morning one of the days, it's an automatic clip. Because it's like, communication is the basic. I don't need you to do much. I don't need you to have a job. I mean, obviously, yes, you should have a job. Would I care if you don't while we're dating, you're in a transitional period? No, it's not a deal breaker. Do I care about your body? No, not a deal breaker. But if you can't meet the basics, communication, following through with your plans.
Listen, for a fucking generation that loves to repost shit about communication, the lack of communication that we have is fucking ridiculous. I love watching people who can't communicate for shit repost to their stories or on their pages talking about communication is key. No motherfucker, comprehension is key. Because at the beginning we talked about communication and how I need you to comprehend and understand what it is that I'm saying to you in order to move forward. But yet you can't even fucking do that. That is so interesting to me. But claim that you gotta be a man about it. A man about what?
Loser.
What do you need to be a man about? If you could communicate that you trying to be all up in this pussy, how can't you communicate that you're gonna have a busy date?
Okay. I love that. It's the communicating when it's convenient for you, for me.
That part.
It's that part. You know, another thing that a lot of people don't fucking do anymore.
Dudes be real funny about shit
plan
like that.
some shit. Plan some cute shit. Why it always gotta be some ratchet shit? Like, I literally had somebody just be like, well, let's just kick it at my place. And I'm like, don't you rent a room?
What? It's just like,
I'm like, you don't have a place.
It's annoying to me. Like, I have, like, there are men in my DMs that are like, oh, you so beautiful, you so fine, I'll treat you like this. How are you single? Motherfucker, I want to be single. In this period right now, I'm choosing to be single.
And it'd be the first
I
of all,
could pick a motherfucker off the bench right now, and
I
he could
literally
be part of my starting five.
I literally had like a very blunt moment with somebody from Lawrence, who I think is super attractive, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna shoot my shot. And me being an idiot, like, I guess I was nervous, and I literally just I was just literally in the DM. These were the first 2 messages. Hey, I don't want to come off too strong, but I just wanted to know if you wanted to go on a date sometime. Maybe we could get to know each other.
Damn.
Second time speaking to this person.
Nah,
and then I got hit with I'm good right now. And I'm like, I read the message and I'm like, bitch, if I would have got that message, I would have blocked me. I would have not even responded. Because I'm like, how in the what? How in the what? How in the what?
Again, it's amazing to me, like, what, I'm not going to just put it on men. Granted, both Ruben and I date men, so I could say men, just men. But what we pick
I feel like
and
I date
choose,
females too.
What we pick and
friendships.
right.
Because yeah, it'd be a lot.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
The feminine
what we
energy.
pick and choose to be adults and grown about really fucking irks me. Like, don't just say, oh, I gotta be a man about this, but you can't even communicate. So what are you being a man about? What is it that makes this manly? Explain it to me, because
bitch, I'm a thug.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, I gotta be a man about this and this and that. Okay, cool. Be a man about it, but it's like, why are you half-assing the man part of it? Like,
let me say something that Charlemagne always says. There's a lot of men out here there's a lot of boys out here who think that they're men. And this is something that is very true. A man knows how to approach a table. A boy sits at the table and gets upset because another man approached it.
Damn, Charlemagne said that?
I just said that. I pulled that right out the kisser, right? So let me let y'all know, because and that's what I like to look when I'm dating someone, when I'm getting to know someone. Those are the things that I'm looking for. Like, okay, you can be toxic, you can be this, you can be that, but I need to know exactly where this is coming from, because a lot of y'all have childhood trauma that you have not faced. And this is where toxic masculinity stems from, because we literally are grown up our whole life and taught to be tough, be this, be that, shut up, don't say nothing, don't cry, don't this, don't that. And then now you're an adult, and because all you've ever known was to shut up and keep going, here you are.
Right. So when you are self-aware, when you are so in tune, as Cat Williams said, with your star player, you know, it's hard to bullshit somebody who is in tune with themselves. It really is, because they can see the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They could call you on your shit. So I understand, like, you know, having childhood traumas, and the reason why I am the way that I am is because I've confronted my childhood traumas. So when I tell you that I'm coming to you at 100, I'm not coming to you at 50 fucking percent. I'm coming to you at 100. This whole 50-50, fuck that. Come to me at 100, I will come to you at 100. I'm not gonna come to you at 25%. Como que 20? How the fuck have for years I've been putting in the work to make myself a better person? You come along, you think you're gonna reap what I've been fucking sowing.
And that's what I've been.
The seeds that I've been planting, you think that you're going to benefit from that harvest when it comes time for me to put forth and show that I've been putting forth the energy to make sure that I'm the best version of myself for whoever it is that's going to step into my life. You think you're going to come to me at 50%? Get the fuck out of here. Come to me at 100.
As they should.
Come to me at 100. I am dating with a purpose. And when I say I'm dating with a purpose, I am dating because I want to see the altar. I want to have the loving relationship, the wonderful husband. I want to travel the world with my best friend, who I also get to call my husband. And I want to eventually see the delivery room because of the seed that my husband planted for us to grow our family together. You know? Don't come at me.
It's the vision for me.
Don't come at me to me. Don't come to me at 50%. And then when I want you to be better, I ask the questions to help you level up. The first thing you want to do is cut me off because I made you uncomfortable. Why the fuck would you want to be with somebody who isn't going to help push you out of your comfort zone and make you better? That doesn't make sense to me.
But a lot of people don't want to be better. That's really
they want to be comfortable.
That part.
What is that?
That part. And
Why wouldn't this whole like, and then y'all be posting celebrity couples, relationship goals, and then it's like, how the fuck do you think they got there to become goals?
They'll post these quotes. They'll post these quotes about growth, and I'm like,
baby, you don't even know how to plant.
You've been saying you want to go to the gym. You ain't gone in months, and I know that because when I was talking to you months ago, you said you wanted to start the gym, and you didn't. So it's like, yeah.
Why would it just does not make sense? Like the whole like. I think the way that we view dating right now is so fucked up. Like, it's just like, and then it's like, oh, you got to find someone who you want to share your baggage with. Motherfucker, I don't want to carry your baggage. I don't. It sounds harsh. That's why I'm saying, make sure if I've done the inner work, the outer work, the spiritual work, if I've done all of that, what in the fuck makes your simple-minded ass think that I have the mental capability to put up with your shit when you won't even put up with your shit?
That part.
What conveyor belt are you laying this baggage on? Because it ain't mine. Because it ain't mine. You gonna have to check that shit at TSA,
the
baby.
The register is closed. The register.
We're not doing it. And then it's like, be honest and upfront about where you stand on certain things. Don't wait until feelings get involved to then be like, oh, hey, by the way, I got to work on myself. Bitch, what?
No, and that part. That absolute part right there.
If I'm telling you from the jump that I've done the inner work,
and be like,
God.
Oh, I need to. It's because I need to work on myself. It's like,
and then it becomes so then wait a minute. If you realize you have to work on yourself, what was it that I did that triggered you into realizing that you needed to work on yourself?
Okay, that's what I was about to say. Sometimes you're brought into people's lives to make them realize something that they weren't seeing before.
Right. But let me know what it was. If you're not telling me what the trigger was, if you're not telling me what even is the issue, because here's the other thing. Here's the other side of this. I'm not saying that I won't be there while you're having this enlightenment moment, this inner work. But why is it that when our feelings get involved, there's a sense of fear that happens? So instead of, hey, can we face this together head on? You just want to cut the person off. If I've already demonstrated to you that I am very strong physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, why wouldn't you lean on me so we can build together? I've done the work. I know how to do the work. Why wouldn't you lean into me to help you get to where you need to get to? Why is it you got to go? So I'm sick of being the good enough girl. Oh, I'm good enough to be in your DMs. I'm good enough to call every night. But I'm not good enough to be your girl. I'm not good enough to introduce to your friends. I'm not good enough. I'm good enough for you to brag on your friends in the group chat. But when it comes to physically being there and you showing me off, I'm not good enough for that. It's not correlating for me anymore. And I don't even want to fucking do it anymore. I'm so sick of being just enough for the time being. Baby, there is longevity in this. Stop playing with me. Listen, when I tell y'all I know my motherfucking worth, y'all.
I think that's
listen.
For anyone that's looking to date in the future with either of us, just know that you're walking into a situation with two people who do know what they bring to the table, who have no problem rebuilding a table. Like,
if we gotta build a table together, baby, just say that. If the leg on your table's a little wobbly, let me know and I'll help you fix it. But you're not going to come sit at my table and reap again what I've sowed, the seeds that I've planted. You're not going to do that. Baby, I'm telling you, I've come with a fresh fucking lens season 5. What are you telling me, baby? Like, come on. We can build this together. We can lay the foundation brick by motherfucking brick. But I cannot be in this at 100% and you giving me 20 fucking 5. It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work.
Make it make sense.
I'm not pulling up with the concrete to mix it to make the bricks, and yet you're late and you're not even showing up. You can't even hand me a motherfucking stick to stir the concrete. You ain't even helping me make the bricks. The fuck? I'm prepared for this and you're not. And the thing is that I will tell you that I am prepared for this. So if you are not, don't fucking wait until my feelings are involved to be like, pump the brakes. Because then why do I have to get the first cut? Why am I, when you look in the grand scheme of your life, why am I the first thing to get cut?
Enlightenment.
Why aren't you looking at your inner group of people? Why aren't you looking at your people? Who the fuck do you vent to then? If you ain't talking to me about your problems, but you want to pursue me, you want to date me, who are you talking to about your problems outside of a therapist? That doesn't, it's not adding up, dude. Like, yo, I'm telling y'all, this dating shit got me fucked all the way up. Because I'm like, yo, I've done all the fucking inner work. I've done what I need to do. That's why I know I'm ready and prepared to date. Because I'm good. I got me. Bet. Let me be able to share this with somebody else. I want to share what I've harvested.
Bring it on, baby.
I want to share it. But are you ready to receive it? If you are not, that is okay. That's fine. But don't come over here trying to fuck up my crop when you don't even know what it is that you planted. Like, what? Listen.
That part.
Listen. I'm over here. Listen. Yeah, I'm over here planting corn. You planting wheat. You're planting wheat. Like, what? What are we doing? It's not even the same, bro. Like, I just, excuse my analogies. I told you I've been walking in Christ, so a lot of the shit I've been listening to and reading, these are the analogies. Listen,
I'm
and
all
it
the way.
Makes perfect sense.
Listen, I'm glad you guys can see the visual now because this is literally how each episode is with us. Yeah. And I always like to take a backseat, and it may look like I'm spacing out, but I'm really just like I forget that we're on a show, and I'm just listening. I'm like, yo. Facts. And then I just make these side sound effects like, yeah.
Ruben, you basically visually get to see that Ruben lets me go on these tangents, and he's sitting there like, you better go off,
because
sis.
For me, like, I mean, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes because I need to hear these things as well. I think everyone needs to hear these things. I think even if you are ready to move forward in dating with a purpose, I think taking a good look at what even that looks like for you is important. And to hear someone basically just bleed out and say, listen, I'm ready. I'm doing this. Come to the table with me. Come to the, like, sometimes you need to hear that. Sometimes you need to hear the truth. And I think whoever it is that had you fucked up and hits play, it's time to understand what the game was. That part. But I'm going to wrap this Caldero Talk up. Yep. And let's head over to our next and final section of the show.
A Reposar. Reposar. All right. Reposar is a part of the show.
Remember, we have the sound jingles. The jingles go on. Right. Alrighty, y'all. This is the final part of the show. This is okay. Final part of the show. Now we can tell y'all what really was been happening. Like, this episode was like, we had to remember how to do this.
Yeah.
So, there's that part. But this is the final part of the show. We say a final affirmation, a final quote, and we shout out anyone that needs to shout out. And then we close it up. So you got any quotes? Anything you wanna?
Any quotes? Nah, bro. Nothing's coming to mind.
I'm gonna start off. I want to what I've been saying to my
Oh, I got
the
one.
book, The 4 Agreements. Shout out to Melix for putting me onto this. It has helped me in so many different ways. So many times that I normally would blow up and like get really rude about shit that people like, maybe something you said, maybe something you like, the way that my mind works. This book has helped me understand like there's 4 rules, there's 4 agreements, and just acknowledging where you're playing the role in this every situation. And one of the rules is don't take it personal. And that has been sticking with me nonstop. So many times since I read it 2 months ago, that I've literally caught myself telling myself like, don't take it personal, Rue. Like, that has nothing to do with you. That has to do with them. Whether someone bails on plans, whether someone leaves me flat, whether someone does me dirty. I'm trying to not take things personal, because when I take it personal, I'm putting the responsibility of my emotion on the other person. And that, for me, that is not cool. Because when I do things and when I move the way that I move, and I move very different, I don't ever want people to look at me and be like, well, you're being shady. I'm not being shady, honey. I'm being about myself first. I'm being personal about my moves. But when you do something to me, I just remind myself, don't take it personal. That's them. That's how you are. That's how this person is. That's how that person. Like, I can't control you and want you to do things my way. It doesn't work like that in this world. Yeah. So that's what I'll leave it with.
So my quote is that fruitful people do not take part in fruitless things. Pastor Manny Arango said that. And what that means is that if you know that you have an abundance of, this is what I took from it at least, when you have an abundance of things coming in, when you walk in who you are and your purpose and your calling, whatever that may look like, the people that you surround yourself with, you want them to reflect that. So if you know that that's how you're moving, why would you partake in shit that's gonna take you backwards, take you back to a place that you already got yourself out of? So fruitful people do not partake in fruitless things. So if I know that, eating all this shitty food is gonna deter me from my fitness goals, why would I want to be around people who are going to continue to like shove this shit down my throat because they want to go out to eat all the time, they want to do all these things? I'm just gonna take a step back from that, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm with people that understand my goals. And that's what I've been doing lately. So when I tuned into church today, I was like, I took that and I held that, and I was like, all right, I'm doing things the way I'm supposed to be doing it in order to see the outcome that I want for my purpose. So fruitful people do not partake in fruitless things.
Alrighty. I kind of want to give a shout out to Molly again. Thank you for letting us use your space. Make sure you guys hit her up on Instagram, Life Petals. I don't know if that's the full name, but I'm sure if you look up Life Petals, she'll pop up. She's a photographer based out of Lawrence. I want to give a shout out to anybody who has tuned into this episode, because we haven't been around for a while. So it's going to be a little game playing to get everybody back on board. I want to give a shout out to Miss Nina for doing her damn thing these past few months, looking amazing, looking snatched for the gods, okay? Looking snatched for the gods.
Talk to me nice.
And I'm going to give a shout out to myself. Fuck that.
Yes, you better go ahead. You better go off.
I've been doing my thing. And, here's to season 5. This is episode number 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Rosales, and I'm blasting off.
And I'm Nina Montañez. Stay blessed, mi gente.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Sofrito Speaks.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Sofrito Speaks to keep up with all of our latest content.